Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Sea of Shadows. This is yet another documentary from National Geographic on Disney Plus. Who knew they had these? We certainly do, because it seems like that's all that we're getting these days. There are twice as many documentaries currently remaining in my list of things that I have not watched yet. Twice as many as anything else that's available between movies, shorts, and series. It's a lot of documentaries, and a lot of them have to do with sharks. And those of you, all three of you, who watch my channel know that I'm pretty much done with shark videos, episodes, whatever, specials, documentaries for the quarter. We've seen 3 of those in a matter of 2 weeks. Thankfully, this is not a sensationalistic shark special. Nothing against sharks or the people who take care of sharks, who love sharks, who just seek out the best for sharks. But I want more Mickey Mouse. I want more other stuff than sharks. And they just added a boatload. Literally, we're going to need a bigger boat of more shark stuff just this month. Which I am debating on whether I might put a moratorium on shark stuff after the end of this year. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Sea of Shadows is not about sharks. It is about a vaquita. I literally vaquita is the name of the fish that it's a totoaba. Is the fish species? I'm not exactly sure. They talk about both these types of fish, but the vaquita is the smallest type of whale out there, and at the beginning of this documentary, they're talking about how there's less than 30 in existence when they started filming this. By the way, this is an hour and 46 minutes long. It's from 2019, National Geographic. By the end of this documentary, the total that they talk about, in the span of time it took to film all of this, they were saying that there are less than 15 in existence. That is, their numbers were cut by half over the course of this documentary. Yes. And this is mainly centered in Mexico. It's a lot of Spanish language, so if you do not like to read subtitles, well, you're out of luck. Hopefully you know Spanish then. A lot of it's in English, yes, but there's also, probably other, maybe a voiceover, dubs. I'm not really sure if you check the settings, but there's a lot of Spanish subtitles for you to read if you do not know Spanish. I know poquito, very little, very, very little Spanish, and it's not great, what I do know. But yeah, since this is very centered in Mexico, this is actually a very international kind of bit of a documentary espionage type of thriller. Yes, it's a documentary, but it's not that kind of overly dramatic type of thing. Yeah, sure, yes, there are some fairly dramatic edits, and a lot of it is shot in like night vision, green, not green screen. It's just the night vision footage. There's a lot of that because a lot of this is shot from a drone or from other ships as they're chasing down people who are poaching these totoaba and vaquita. Why can't I keep this fish in my brain, the fish name in my brain? Anyway, they're considered the cocaine of the sea. They're worth more than gold to some people in China. All 15 to 30 of these fish that remain are in Mexico or around Mexico. And so the Chinese smugglers and traffickers, they hire these Mexican fishermen for a good sum of money, I would think, for a good sum of money to throw out nets, cast nets wherever they can, and capture as many of these fish as they can, take out their bladders. Their bladders are very valuable and thought to have medicinal properties. Even though there's no proof of that whatsoever, that they help you with your health in any way whatsoever. So, yeah, this makes them very valuable. They can sell them to people who are maybe superstitious enough to go, oh, I'm going to have some this fish bladder, and now I'm going to be healthy again. I'm going to cure cancer or something. I don't know what they expect, but it seems like, well, it's a really strong market. So the people that we're following in this, whether it's a media person in Mexico who has exposed a lot of the trafficking that goes on with this, to the journalist and an ex-FBI agent who has teamed up with a number of other people. They work together on different fronts. Vaquita, it's right there. It's the second word in the description, Vaquita. And they work together on a number of different fronts in order to stop the poaching and exploitation and the tearing apart of not just these fish, these nets that go out there, kill all sorts of life. There's a team that just deals with taking out nets that are just dropped in different parts of the sea and hope they catch whatever they catch, and then they scoop them up when they can, grab what they like, throw back the dead that they don't, and they move on. Well, this captures dolphins, turtle, tortoises, just all sort of manta rays, all these kind of different other sea life that get caught up in these nets and just die. So it's not just placing a threat on the vaquita. It's basically a threat on all marine life in these areas. There are something like 800. They were able to get about 800 nets pulled from the ocean. That is just scratching the surface. It's a lot, but it's not enough. We get to follow a bunch of people that are on a boat. It is the Sea Shepherd. The Sea Shepherd, I think you can go to seashepherd.org to learn more about them. I think that's on the side of the boat, so forgive me if that takes you to the wrong place, but Sea Shepherd, if you know how to spell shepherd, you'll go to hopefully the right place. You get to see what they do in their efforts to stop these traffickers. And there's a lot of people with guns. This is the cartels are involved. The Chinese mafia. There's murder in this, like human murder, not just fish murder. We're talking about human murder. People are shooting each other. There's mafia bosses, cartel bosses, people threatening other people. There's somebody that they interview in this process, no matter how much they disguise their look and their voice and everything else. Some people die as a result of their confessions as to what has been done. While they're on the inside, some of them actually talk to some of the reporters in this, and they end up dead because of it. Maybe not directly, but I don't know what the thing is. But there's also another team that's working to. By the way, these fish, the vaquita, are so rare that most people have never actually seen them. In fact, a lot of the fishermen that have been prohibited or prevented from fishing in certain areas around Mexico don't even believe they exist. They're like mermaids. They're not real. Why are you stopping us? Why is the government stopping us? It's like a conspiracy theory. Why are you stopping us from fishing? And I can understand why they feel that way, but there's a point where the fishermen come up against the local Navy and Marines, and there's a conflict. There's a battle on so many different fronts. We see these the people are out in the water and they're hoping to find a vaquita. And they find one, and they rescue it in hopes of learning more about it, taking samples, just not harming it, and trying to give it. Maybe there's actually a floating little water world area. It looks like a little water world platform kind of thing with different areas that they were hoping to keep the vaquita inside but they can't be contained. And it's a bit of a struggle. I'm not going to spoil. There's a lot of distress in that fact. So it's not like you can just, hey, we're going to put them in SeaWorld and everything's going to be okay. No, that doesn't work that way. Because if you could get the last 15 and just say, hey, you know what, hang out here for a while, really build up your numbers, and then we'll just let you out in the ocean again. No, that seems like a good idea until they try it. There's also just some of these guys who are doing the investigative reporting, going undercover, meeting informants, trying to get into conversations with some of the Chinese traffickers and everything else. And you're like, oh, well, why are we worried about 15 fish? Why are we worried about this? As compared to when there's so many other things like the drugs and human trafficking and everything else. And yeah, if you understand that the effort exists to deal with the vaquita, yes, we and many other governments around the world are doing what they can on all of those fronts as well. This is just one of the many battles fought against smugglers, against traffickers, against people who are looking to exploit anything and everything and everyone for $1, a peso, whatever the money is in China. It's seriously, it's taking advantage of the environment in a way. And then this is just, by the way, if the vaquita go away, guess what? They're going to find something else. They're going to find something. Oh, this type of fish also has magical powers and going to heal you. And guess what? Now that thing's being fished to extinction, and people are dying because of it. But other people are getting rich because of other people's gullibility, or because people are willing to do nothing to stop them. And this is an environmental thing. Yeah, it's dealing with, it's an endangered species, obviously, and we're doing, but they are doing something, whatever they can, in order to prevent this. To say that, look, we got to draw a line somewhere and continue in this battle to stop those who would pillage nature in all of its many forms, just for profit. There's plenty of people on this planet who will strip this planet dry just to live a whole 2 weeks longer and richer at the expense of everyone else. And they got to be stopped. And these people are taking their best efforts to do this. It's honestly, it's pretty fascinating. I was surprised at how much I was really into this. It's definitely worth checking out. If you care about sea creatures, if you care about the environment, if you care about the future of this planet, and you care about the efforts that people are taking to make this planet better and livable, and not just a plaything to be trashed by only the wealthiest of the wealthy, then yeah, this is worthwhile checking out. So yeah, let's pick tomorrow's episode.
318.
318. I gotta hear you say it, otherwise I don't believe you. 318. Oh, we got a movie. Holy cow. I don't think we've had one of these in forever. Whew. I don't know what this is. It sounds familiar, but I'm not really sure. I'm not going to guess. It is simply called Safety. All right. So we'll be watching Safety next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.